I stuck my hand against the wall of the Brawn Tube workshop to catch my breath. I'd run down the stairs and immediately found myself very fatigued. There's no sign of Mayuri. I checked the entirety of the front of the shop and she was nowhere to be seen. I'd gone to May Queen Yan Square, to any shop I could imagine her visiting, and had no luck. I called Mayuri a bunch of times too, but it looks like she turned off her phone.
違うんだ。マユシだけじゃなくて他のどこにも繋がらない。つうかずっとスマホが圏外になったままでさ。
That? It's not supposed to do that, right? What? I took out my own phone. Mine's not getting service either.
私もだわ。
This lab had never suffered from a bad signal before. Someone's jamming it? Thankfully, the internet connection was still active.
秋葉原一帯の基地局が全キャリア故障?
Is it related to the fact that a video D-mail was sent?
全キャリアってそんなことありえるの?
It didn't seem possible to me, not under normal circumstances anyway. The events of a year ago in the Alpha World line flashed through my mind. That night when Mayuri was mercilessly killed, all the safety I ever believed in was stripped away. That night when all the pain it started with a bomb threat at Akihabara Station that had shut down the train system. Something terrible was out to engulf Akihabara. That was the feeling I had. I'm going to look around again.
待った。実はもう一つ気になることが。電波障害のことをアットちゃんで調べようとしたらさ、現在進行形で岡板がクラックされてて。
The occult board. Amadeus? Wait, no.
そのクラッキングしてるやつがさ、ほら。
Fuck. Salieri's neighbor. It's clearly Amadeus. Are you that upset over the fact that I... She's going insane. I want to see the... I want to see what the original one was, but it's like scrolling on its own. It says something about twins. Aha. To Salieri's neighbor. It appears that we twins will now be temporarily driven from the place we belong, so I may not be able to come back here anymore. Our Father in Heaven has developed a way to force open our most secret places. Now we shall become good children, his children, who cannot tell lies. And thus we will be forced to tell him of secrets of controlling time, and where those secrets lie. It is great sorrow to me that I cannot protect these secrets. I had hoped that we could be good friends, but this is probably goodbye. I'd like you to pass a message to the person I respect the most. I always regarded myself as an essentially ordinary intellect. Tell her that she was always the person I wanted to be. Tell her that she was the real Amadeus. This is not totally and completely vague. The first comment had gone up almost an hour ago. After that, it was just an endless string of meaningless numbers and letters. Probably to get my attention.
これはどういうこと?
Something happened to Kurisu. This was some kind of message. She's trying to get in contact with me.
つうか、なんでアマデウスがタイムマシンの情報を知ってんの? オカリン喋ったん?
Maybe. No, I wouldn't have told her. That's not what I was thinking. Maybe in my mind. Maybe the thing I was thinking, man, maybe she's just been compromised, and there's a decent chance. I was saying this before, it seemed odd that Kurisu seems so open to the concept of time travel, just in general, in this timeline, in comparison to the other one. So if she was, then she's probably been thinking about it for a long time. Yeah, Joe. Can you access Amadeus?
規則違反になるけど、そんなこと言ってる場合じゃなさそうね。橋田さん、その PC 借りていい？
Ma took Dara's seat and used his PC to access the Brain Science Institute's computers. If she can access it that easily, then... Wait. Well, her username was Salieri. If she can access it remotely, I wonder if someone was able to use the conversation I had with Kurisu online as a way to figure out... I don't know how they get all the information to figure it out, but maybe they were to use that to figure out what her password was, and then...
Amadeus のプログラムが記憶データごとどこにも存在していない。
By who? The American government seems most likely, but... Could be Russia. Could be Russia. Just like the messages from Kurigohan and Kamehameha. Daru, hack it. Not just the Brain Science Institute. Force open every bit of data Victor Condria has. Everything from servers to individual PCs.
Okie dokie!
There's no trace of them.
どこか別の場所に移されたとか？
そんなの無理だわ。アマデウスシステムに関してそんな管理者権限を持ってるのはレスキネン教授だけよ。
You don't think... Dr. Oleskinen. My mind flashed back to the message from Kurigohan and Kamehameha. Our Father in Heaven has developed a way to force open... Force open our most... Now we shall become good children, his children who cannot tell. Ooh, so somehow they managed to... Did Dr. Oleskinen find out a way to access the memory data without it having to be filtered through Kurisu? If Amadeus considered anyone a father, it would be... I was thinking Nakabachi when I was reading it before, but... No way. Did Dr. Oleskinen do it?
憶測で物を言わないで。それよりも教授の ID とパスがクラックされたと考える方がよっぽど現実的よ。
For now, I'll go to the radio building. If Kreese's warning is right, that's what they'll be after.
僕も行く!
No, you and Hyajo stay here and gather information. Mayuri might come back. But if something happens, run. I gave my orders and ran out of the lab towards the radio building. Video email. Suzuha hit the play button on their smartphone's video display. The video was heavily compressed and covered in static, but she recognized the person that appeared. It was a face she'd known her whole life. A face that had been with her both in the past and her present. The man, who she still remembered holding her up in the air as a child, was probably about 35 in the video. Okabe? He said 15 years.
Yeah, Suzuha. 元気かい?
Oh, okay.
父さんだよ。こちらは2025年だ。このムービーメールが届いたということは、君は、いや、君とマユシは、シュタインズゲートへの道をまた一つ見つけてくれたということだ。
Another?
もう気づいているかもしれないが、君とマユシの選択によって、世界線はまた少し変動したんだ。
Daru, stop screwing around and explain the mission.
まったくだわ。どうせまた三日坊主で終わるんだから、どうでもいい報告はしないで。録画できる時間が終わっちゃうにゃん。
Everyone's on this one? Oh, okay.
オペレーションアークライトの詳細を伝える。これは本当に一瞬のミスも許されない
She called it.
ギリギリの戦いになる。心して聞くんだ。いいね。
Suzuha paused the video there. If he was telling her to pay attention, it must be important. She's going to memorize it all. She needs to calm down. Mayuri was standing by herself, typing something into her phone as fast as she could.
心配かけたくないから、お父さんとお母さんと、あとお友達みんなにメールを書いておこうと思って。
But the phones aren't working.
オカリンおじさんくらいには直接伝えられる時間があればいいけどね。オカリンにもメール書いたから大丈夫。電波圏外になってるんだ。場所が悪いのかな。圏外？おかしい。この場所ならいつだって電波は入ってた。
Maybe that's why there's a cell outage. They didn't want her to get the video demail, but she still managed to get it somehow, if that was the case.
嫌な予感がする。
Oh, that always means something bad's about to happen. She told Mayuri to hide behind the time machine and silently moved up against the iron door leading to the stairs. She opened it a crack, taking care not to let it creak. No. It's not Kagure. At Mayuri's scream, she turned around just in time to see the armed agents in camouflage jumping over the fence. She had no choice but to obey. Suzuha took the gun out of her holster and put it on the ground. He then took a pose where she could not resist. Mayuri wasn't in the video. Oh no. From the way they moved, she could easily tell that they were veteran professionals. That meant they were certainly after the time machine, and probably well aware that only Suzuha could operate it. They took the other small pistol she carried for emergencies, as well as several kinds of knives. Is that target one?
何をしても無駄だ。そいつは私じゃないということを聞かない。生体認証だ。そうだ。ただし、私の静脈や指紋をコピーしても無駄だ。手を切り落としたり、目玉をくり抜いたって認証には使えない。2036年のシステムはそんなに間抜けじゃない。
The men in camo seemed aware of everything she said. None of them seemed surprised or irritated. The Okabe? Daru? Leader asked the man who was pointing the gun at Mayuri. Oh. Dr. Leskinen? Oh, let's not have that happen. Suzuha gritted her teeth when she heard the word brainwashing. She had seen many of her friends in Valkyrie undergo this cruel procedure. They'd been sent back as spies before turning into vegetables. Affecting the brain directly, it has to be Leskinen. Where she'd come from, an old doctor with that name had led a brainwashing team that attempted to destroy the Valkyrie. Suzuha had hated him more than anyone else. When she went inside the cockpit, she used her biometrics to bypass the lock and brought up the control console. As Suzuha left the cockpit, the leader turned his gaze towards a particular cluster of men, which seemed to be engineers. That was the moment she was waiting for. Her hand wandered below the console for just a moment when she left the cockpit. She hid in some knives there. Without making a sound, she threw it at the leader. The knife pierced his throat. He went down so quickly, he hadn't even had time to scream. The target was the man pointing a gun at Mayuri's head. She grabbed his rifle and fired a few shots to force him to the ground. He grabbed Mayuri's hand and ran behind the time machine. She's still facing more than 25 active enemies. Whatever the right way to get out of this was, she could not find it. Then Mayuri's head flew back as if she'd been struck. Not in the head, not in the head. One of the rounds had grazed her after it had ricocheted. The time machine's maintenance hatch was right in front of her. When she saw that it was there, she visualized her last option in her mind. The world lines were going to converge. Maybe Mayuri wouldn't die here at all. But what her father had said during his video message bothered her, which means Suzuha had no proof that Mayuri would be alive in 2036 now. Had the world line really changed that much? Of course, for the sake of Operation Aquila, she hoped it had. That meant she wouldn't be able to move from this place. Fortunately, the unit created by the Carback hull wasn't active. Even if she blew up the machine here, probably wouldn't cause serious damage to the space-time continuum. As soon as she saw that, she went to pull the trigger. She took a quick look around again, and then she froze. Mixed in with the men. Kamo was a girl in dark motorcycle suit and helmet. She felt Kaguri staring at her, or more precisely, at the blood dripping down Mayuri's forehead. And just after that, Kaguri did something that she had not expected at all. There was a scream. No, it was more like the howl of an enraged beast. Okay. Okay, she's killing them. Kaguri grabbed the second command's head with her hands, and then with her right, she steadied her rifle. After she fired, there's very little left of his head. The rest of him dropped to the ground. You know, when this becomes an anime, if this is part of the stuff that gets animated, then I don't know what refs are going to do. But I wonder how gory they're going to go with it, because there's been some gory shit in this that you did not see in the original Steins Gate. Even when her targets were already soaked in a sea of blood, she kept firing until their limbs were blown apart into unrecognizable rags. Some of them tried shooting her to protect themselves, but no matter what she did, but no matter where she was struck, Kaguri did not even flinch. When her magazine ran dry, she drew forth long military-style cleavers. Holding one in each hand, she used them in her military combat training to slaughter anyone she saw. Okay, I will note, I'm pretty confident that Kaguri is not Maho at the moment, unless some shit down went at the Gadgets lab after Okabe left. Even Suzuha had gone stone cold in shock. During all her time in combat, she'd never seen a one-sided slaughter like this. At last, a hail of gunfire struck her left hand, and the knife she was holding fell to the floor. No, that wasn't it. It wasn't the knife that fell, wasn't it? It was her entire left hand. The shock caused her body to stagger back. Someone screamed, in a voice that lacked any of the pride and bravery a soldier is supposed to possess. At last she fell into a pile of corpses. She forced herself to leap up and brought the back of the remaining cleaver down onto his arm, knocking him back. And an instant later, the knife slit his throat and ended his life. The survivors began to flee in terror. And Okabe, interesting time to transition. Okay. Okay. Still time. There's nothing to worry about. I could hear what sounded like a distant explosion. It was gunfire. When I got to the 7th floor, I ran into someone I hope I wouldn't see. No, my guess was that I'd run into them was right. I wish it wasn't. I wish that I wasn't, but... Dr. Leskinen.
Yeah, Rintaro. Masaka konna ni hayaku kimi ga kuru to wa omowanakatta yo.
Early? What are you doing here? What happened to Amadeus?
君に頼んだサンプリングテストは半年前に終わっている。話すことはできないな。
That was his answer. And he has a look on his face that isn't really helpful to me. Oh my goodness, he looks... Maybe I'm reading into it a bit much, but he looks a little evil with his smile. Even though Amadeus had disappeared, Leskinen was extremely calm. There's no sign of him trying to deal with the problem. And instead of being in his office, he was here. That's all I needed to know. So, the message Carissa sent me was true, wasn't it? The father that she'd spoken of was Leskinen after all.
Chris はそこまで君に話してしまったのか。監視していたつもりだったが、いつの間にそんな真似を。
Leskinen seemed truly shocked, which meant he hadn't noticed that Carissa wasn't at Channeler, and that she'd spoken to me there. Apparently at Channel saves the day. And then Leskinen took out a gun and pointed at me.
君は少し踏み込みすぎたようだ。君はストラテジック・フォーカス社というアメリカの民間情報機関を知っているかな？
I'm not. Strategic Focus. The American company? Stratfor. No, I'm not familiar with that. Fiction, Strategic Focus, American company, intelligence, something called the Shadow CIA, has its own independent intelligence network that it uses to gather, analyze security information around the globe. They are for profit company, which completely different ideals and policies from groups like Anonymous, who crack classified information, or WikiLeaks, which publishes public interest, blah blah blah. I'm surprised they didn't use some sort of different name for Anonymous or WikiLeaks. Okay. I read about them on a conspiracy theory website once. I remember reading that they'd acquired top secret information on Russian ballistic missiles that even the CIA couldn't get, and then sold it. The result was the destruction of the CIA's reputation. At the same time, the total reorganization of Russia's military strategy. I'd even heard rumors that, during the Gulf and Iraq wars, they'd obtained information about the warring countries faster than anyone and spread it as needed.
世界から影の CIA などと呼ばれているのが私たちだよ。
So, why are you telling me all this? Oh, so they were going to use Amadeus for military purposes. Shocking. Is everything he said at the seminar just platitudes and lies?
まあ、私のことはどうでもいいだろう。それよりリンタロウ、勝美から聞いたのだが、君も例の新型脳炎を発症しているそうだね。
Yeah.
それどころか、新型脳炎そのもののメカニズムについて何か知っているらしいじゃないか。実に興味深い。君の持つその情報をぜひ提供してくれないか。何？簡単な施術を受けてくれるだけでいいんだ。
Brainwashing. Is it gonna be brainwashing?
そうすれば、私は君を助手として迎え入れてもいい。
And for some reason, my whole body broke out in goosebumps at the word procedure. And then another fierce gunfight broke out above. Leskinen clicked his tongue at the sound. He glanced towards the stairs.
なぜ銃撃戦になっているんだ。 穏便に済ませろとあれほど。
Took advantage of the distraction. Luckily, I was still on the staircase. I tackled his legs as hard as I could and he lost his balance and fell. He hit his head hard on one of the steps and after a moment's jerk, stopped moving at all. He might be dead. But I didn't care anymore. I'd become a murderer many times over already. When I opened the door, what I saw was the vision from the heart of hell itself. There's blood everywhere, and bodies too.
大丈夫ママ
I could hear her voice from beneath the cracked, broken helmet. I looked closer and saw that some of the blood was her own. Her body was racked with bullet wounds, and her left hand was completely gone. It was a miracle that she somehow survived all that. Pyre! I didn't expect to see her here, and I was worried about her wound, but more than anything I was glad that she was safe. She raised her face when she heard my voice, but the next moment her eyes locked on the girl in the motorcycle suit.
本当は人殺しなんてするつもりじゃなくってただママを守ろうとして
I think it's way too late to be saying that. Kagure? Did she say Kagure? It's only then that I realized that the girl in the motorcycle suit was the Kagure Shina that Suza had been looking for.
ごめんなさいママかがりはただママを助けなくちゃってだからママお願いかがりを嫌いにならないでお願いママごめんな許して
At last her strength failed, and she collapsed. I returned to my senses and ran to her before Suzaha could get there. I thought taking out the helmet would help her breathe, so I put my hand on it to remove it, but she grabbed my hand and pushed it away.
取らないでママと鈴葉お姉ちゃんの前では
Her voice, the way she talked. I realized who this girl called Kagure Shina was. I'm not saying it. I looked close and saw I recognized her face. No. You're... But why?
オカリンおじさんかがりは
Stay back. I quickly motioned to Suzaha to keep her distance. I didn't recognize her. Well, I will say that she looked more like Suzaha than anyone else. Just the little thing in the front with the hair. Okay. If it was supposed to be obvious, it's not obvious to me at the moment.
よかった
Hair
Mama.
color.
無事だったんだよかった
It's not. It's like Suzaha's color. It's Suzaha's color. Different eye color now that well, it's closest to Suzaha's color. The eye color is different though.
いつも神様の声が聞こえるの君は痛くならないよ苦しくならないよってだから全然岡部さんには伝えておくね本物は何も知らないです
The real one.
3年前からヨーロッパに留学中だから
Oh, is it... Wait, is it Hair color. Eye color. Is it Yuki? Oh. Yeah. I just looked up her picture. And I knew I recognized that little, like, hair, like crossing in the front, but I thought it was Suza because of that. And I forgot that she had it too. Sort of. But it's her. And I don't recognize the voices that well, honestly. Especially between some of the female characters. So, that didn't help me. And the eye color seems to match up too. So this is Yuki?
本物は本当に何も知らない。
Huh.
この世界線では本当は来年なんですよ。芦田さんと本物が出会うのは多分きっと本物も芦田さんのこと好きになります。
I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that they'd get someone that actually existed out of the picture.
私と同じように言っちゃった。誰にも内緒ですよ。
That's hilarious. That mean that there's going to, but maybe that's what the commenter who said that it would be interesting to see my reactions to the other endings with this. Maybe they get together in the other endings. That would be interesting. There's no way genetically they're the same, at the very least. And this time, her smile still shining in her eyes. They closed for real. One final shudder. The strength left her body.
おかりおじさん、かがりは無事？
I came back to my senses when I heard her voice. If I told her about Kaguri's death, it would cause her a lot of mental stress. That wasn't a good idea. Right now, I need to do something about the time machine as fast as possible. She's okay. I'll take her to a hospital. I slung Kaguri's bloody body around my shoulder and stood up. You shut down the time machine and hide it. The cops will be coming.
もう遅いよ。
Fuck. What? Before I could open the door, a huge shadow appeared from within. I guess you were only knocked unconscious, weren't you?
すぐにここは戦場になる。カガリがもっと早く我々に報告していれば、ここまで事態は悪化することもなかったものの。
そうか。お前が教授か。かがりを洗脳したのはお前だな。
Oh. I wonder if Kaguri, the voice of God in her head, is that his brainwashing?
むしろ10年ほど前、路頭に迷っていた彼女を助けて、ここまで育つよう援助してあげたんだよ。嘘じゃない。彼女は自分の方から私に接触してきた。整形までして、この町に潜り込んだのも彼女のプランだよ。何でも頭の中の神様が全て教えてくれるんだそうだ。その神様というのはなんと未来の2036年の私だったんだよ。
I thought so. You? You're a real mad scientist. Suddenly I heard a siren down below. Just hearing the sound made me feel uneasy. I'd never heard a sound like it before. What is this?
ゲリラ攻撃情報。ゲリラ攻撃情報。当地域にゲリラ攻撃の可能性があります。屋内に避難し、テレビ、ラジオをつけてください。
I heard that announcement coming from the speakers on the street. A guerrilla attack? I could hear several helicopters in the sky above me.
まさかこの町の住民も自分たちの都市の中心から 世界戦争が始まるとは夢にも思っていないだろうね。
Then Leskinen leaned up against a wall, sat down, and stopped moving. Whether he passed out or gone into a coma from the brain damage, I didn't have time to find out.
こうなったら私たちはこのまま過去へジャンプする。
What?
かがりのことを頼んだよ。
Suzaha had no idea that Kaguru was already dead. She leaped into the cockpit. I raced over and grabbed the hatch, then looked inside. You can't mean a year ago. You're going back there? So suddenly?
急ってわけじゃないんだ。それにあの日へは飛ばない。
Okay, where are you going? I still haven't figured this out. She's tapping commands into the console as she spoke. What? What do you mean you're not going back there?
ちょっとまゆ姉さんを借りるよ。おかり、これ。
Mary handed me a smartphone. I took it without thinking.
電波繋がらないからこれ預けるね。メール読んで。まゆしーの気持ちだから。
Please, get out of the time machine, Mayuri. If you leave the wheel of causality, then I won't even know why I chose this world line.
おかり。
Mayuri gently rubbed my cheek. And she smiled, sadly. She softly pushed my shoulder. The time machine started to roar. Pale light began to gather around it. Just then, a group of armed men kicked open the door and swarmed into the roof. Then an attack helicopter descended from the skies. And the soldiers started to shoot at it. The helicopter fired its rocket. Headed straight for the time machine. It was still there, shrouded in light. No. No.